If I could ask the smartest man in the world a question, what would I ask? Who? What would I ask this person? I would say, how did you do it? How did you become so based? And Kanye would say to me, my son, I was born this way.
Maybe 6 months.
Yeah, it's true. As you said, of course, we got the issue around the macroeconomic environment, particularly in advert.
The smartest guy in the world is probably this guy. What a nerd. He's like the nerdiest nerd in the world. But I like him. Scott Aaronson. You can read his blog at scottaaronson.blog. Shtetl optimized. He's over at UT Austin. He used to be at a little school called MIT. This is his book. If you want to look smart, you can try to read it. Hard to get through page like 15 of this. I think Jim Simons is very smart, but... Oh, cool. He has all his lecture notes here. This is pretty neat. vpqppoly@gmail.com. That's so funny. You can just call. There's this phone number and his email. You can just call or email the smartest guy in the world, at least who I think is. There's a lot of other candidates for that. There's one guy named Terrence Tao, who's a little famous. Terry. An Aussie. Degrassi Tyson's not even top 100. I don't think Elazir cuts, meets the cut, makes the cut. Most business people don't either, by the way. Business people are stupid as shit. Just look at Mark Cuban. Very few business people geniuses. Very few. Elon Musk is definitely not it.
Advertising and mobile gaming, but outside of those,
No, Ray Dalio, none of those people, and Ken Griffin. They're being good at business and being really smart are two wildly different things. And they almost never overlap. Someone like Jim Simons, maybe. Very, very bright, no doubt about it. Top 100, maybe. There's a lot of people in the world. It's hard to be that smart. You're really talking about a transcendent level of genius that's... And how do you frame that and quantify it and make that decision is not easy either, because you're really talking about people. There could be a farmer in New Zealand that's the smartest person in the world, right? We just don't know. I mean, the only thing we have to go on is people's writings and people, their output, which is largely a lot of times in academics. Then you also have people who are brilliant, but they've chosen to apply their life in music or in some other field. Unlikely to be someone like Kanye, but certainly could be. So what dimension of intelligence? Often we have to prove our intelligence like Scott Aaronson does in quantum complexity theory. Complexity is pretty complicated. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Complexity is already difficult to understand. I keep defining itself. Complexity is an intricate field. Hold on. The average person cannot understand complexity. No, that doesn't work either. Complexity is a branch of mathematics that most people cannot understand. I think that's all self-definitional. Anyway, quantum complexity is even more difficult. What makes somebody smart? And are there any women I'd consider geniuses? Definitely there are many women that are geniuses. Women's academic output and their, for whatever reason, society and civilization kind of suppress some of that. Who's like the most impressive woman thinker? Let me think. Oh God. Some people come to mind that I probably shouldn't mention. Wasn't Berlecamp's student Julia? What's her name? She's over. She actually works at Renaissance. Interestingly, um, Edward Witten. Any impressive trans people? I'm sure there are. Just not in this exact space. Grace Hopper passed away, right, a long time ago. Pretty sure. Is Grace Hopper still alive? Oh my God. Oh, that's gonna be really, yeah. That was a long time ago. So who was Berlecamp's student? Berlecamp, Julia Kempe. Last name at NYU.edu. Kempe at I put someone like Jennifer Doudna on the list, but the problem is I don't think any biologists belong on a world's smartest person list. Sorry, biology is too easy. I think Sam Altman's pretty smart. Yeah, I think he's probably a better business person than anything else. Black, disabled, transgender, bisexual, obese, strong women. That one, yeah, that's too many check marks. You're really narrowing the pool quite a bit. I think social scientists could be. Someone like Noam Chomsky, you know, someone like that, not Noam specifically, but someone like that for sure. I mean, they're brilliant economists, even though that's supposed to be an oxymoron. Yeah, I would say the smartest person that I know of is probably Scott Aaronson, but I'm guessing. That's alive, obviously. There's some other folks. There's this guy I've been looking into, Monty Davidoff, who's very quiet. Nobody knows him. He's a computer scientist. Noam Chomsky. Gnome. Yeah, I agree with that. Being an expert in linguistics doesn't make you a politician. Good question, awful algorithms. There's other APIs. I went to school with Monty Davidoff 50 years ago, 40 years ago. Norb Weiner died. Yeah, it's Bill Gates' friend. Vivek is smart, yeah. There's a lot of smart people in finance, I would say so. Not like a lot, but there's a lot. David Shaw, pretty pretty bright. Yeah, Jeff Hinton's very smart, I agree. Vitalik Buterin's very smart. I do recommend Briley Myers. Malice I like. I like Malice a lot. Destiny is not smart. Intelligence is genetic. Jim Cramer is extremely smart. I'm not sure he's 5 sigma smart, 3 sigma smart for sure. Oh my god, the Vitalik crypto rap is like literally the cringiest thing there is. I'm certainly not afraid of sticking to something and becoming master in it. I did that in pharmaceuticals. I'm doing it in computer science and programming now. Toxicology? Probably not the field I would try to distinguish myself in. I wouldn't place Isaac Asimov or any of the science fiction writers very high. Minsky was pretty brilliant in a lot of ways, but probably like a 4 sigma, maybe 3.5. I don't know. I like GeoHots a lot. I can do like 5 push-ups. Yeah, John von Neumann might be the smartest person who ever lived, that we know about at least. Erdős, Euler, Descartes. Who else? Ramanujan. But these are people who have like brilliance in like very finite domains other than von Neumann. Isaac Newton. Yeah, just personal feel. Yeah, and obviously defining this stuff is difficult. Von Neumann's a consensus pick. I mean, that's not, you know. Tesla was definitely not on the list. Tesla was a bit of a charlatan. I hate to say it. I know everybody likes Tesla, and I'm from the Balkans, right? But Alan Turing, certainly. Any resources to study comp sci? I honestly think the best way to do it is to open an interpreter or REPL and just go to work. In fact, if you go to replit.com, I didn't realize this, but Replit is like incredibly intricate now. It used to be, I used to think it was, I made the mistake of thinking it was like JS Fiddle or something. It's actually remarkably great. It's interesting that you have to kind of sign in. Let me